All right, and welcome back. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the stream. My name is Keanu Dominado, and finally, we are back streaming live, no? So, one of the things I wanted to do today, since I wanted to give massive shout outs to a few following people, no? Kasi a lot of events transpired over the last few days, and actually can't wait to reveal everything to you guys. But yeah, so let's get to it. So basically, I just wanted to give a shout out to Harvey Uy, basically Mr. RV218. So basically, this man who I mentioned right here, Harvey Uy, he is the man responsible in helping me get started with Dominado E-Motorsports Rally by lending me his PVC rig that he made from scratch, right? So basically, it's planks of wood and it's trusty G29. So I'd like to really thank you so much, Harvey, for your service and for even the chance to actually lend me your rig, just to get me started. One of the reasons why I'm thanking him and giving him a massive shout out is this. It's because that this rig is no longer with me. And with that, it actually raises a few questions, like what rig am I using now, or what wheel will I be using? But stay tuned, and I will reveal that to you shortly. So this is it, no? Just from a PVC rig, just to get started. A massive shout outs to you, Harvey. Thank you so much for actually giving me the opportunity again to lend me this and get me started. And of course, the G29 as well. And also, guys, I'll be doing just reviews. Actually, I'll be starting my series of tech reviews when it comes to wheels. So shout out to Phil Pacific E-Motorsports, Sir D. Cubis, Doc Moy. I will be doing some collaborations over the next few days. We'll be doing reviews on Stregawa custom rigs. That's one. And two, we'll be doing reviews on a Fanatec CSW Club Sport. And three, a SimMagic M10. So, all right. So three big things to look out for over the next few days or even the next few weeks, no? So yeah, so we're going to be trying out a lot of things over the next few days, and nonetheless, it's going to be very fun nonetheless. All right, next up is this. So basically, just a shout out to everyone who made this possible, right? Team D4G for actually pointing me in the right direction when it comes to setting up the G29. You know that, John Lawrence Bernardo. And just to show how the rig looks like before I tore it down, it actually looked like this, right? Just look at that, right? Imagine that PVC rig, then on top of it is a lifetime table and 4 screens, right? Just enough to barely get started on streaming, on hosting events, and even for competition racing, right? But lately, I haven't joined any competitions due to conflicts in schedules for work. But nonetheless, it's actually pretty fun to get back at it, right? And even more so that there are tech that's given to me for reviews. It actually makes me very excited, to get back in the game and to actually be in the driver's seat for once, not just for streaming, but also for driving. Okay, so this is mainly it, no? So this is how I got started, guys. So to those wondering, from October, from the last race of the AAP Digital Rally Trophy, and until Saturday last week, this was my rig. All right. Who would have thought just a lifetime table and just a PVC rig we can actually come up with something like this? No, it's unprecedented, it's unparalleled, but hey, we made it happen. All right, and then up next, what else do we have here? Oh, okay. Up next in my list here, we're gonna be revealing the wheel I will be reviewing first. First up will be this. So do join us on the comments, guys, and tell me if you've experienced using these wheels or using these tools that I'll be discussing. So first up will be this, the Fanatec Club Sport. So shout out to Sir Daryl Kubis for actually giving me the opportunity to review this type of wheel. Kasi grabe, word has it, I've been asking my friends, right, especially the ones in the States, they would usually compare this wheel to a Thrustmaster T300 RS. I mean, who agrees, right? It's a belt-driven wheel, and it's a detachable, it's a detachable wheel, namely this one. which I have in my hand right now. What do you call this? It's a BMW Club Sport, a GT2 wheel. So LED display and speedometer. It's mainly used for speedometers and for gear inputs mainly. So pretty fun wheel to drive. And I gotta say though, over the past few days that I've been trying this wheel out from Acero Corsa, ACC, and even Dirt Rally 2, no, the learning curve here is pretty tough. And I gotta say that, grabe, it's out of this world, really. Sa totoo lang, ang bigat ng wheel, tawag dito, nakakapanibago, sa totoo lang. The learning curve is real, and the pedals that I'm using also, before I explain it further, is actually this. A TLCM. Load cell pedals, finally. But also shout out to you, Sir D Kubis, for actually lending me your TLCM for this review. Also guys, just a quick heads up once again, I'll be doing a more comprehensive review of what I will be talking about in another post, no? This is actually a new YouTube series that I'm making, so if you want to see a comprehensive review of TLCM, the Fanatec Club Sport, and the SimMagic M10, do stand by on Dominado E-Motorsports Rally for that playlist. I'll be launching it in just a few days and maybe even a week, as long as I can get the resources together and up and running. All right, so going back to the Fanatec Club Sport, no. So basically, what makes this great for me is that it's a belt drive wheel again, as I mentioned. The easiest competition this wheel has would be the T300, in my opinion. And setting this up is pretty much plug and play, really, except that you're gonna need at least 2 softwares to get this running. Basically, you're gonna need the Fanatec wheel property page to actually help calibrate your wheel, because having this really straight, getting this wheel to perform really well is to make sure that the wheel is calibrated and centered as well. Because the first time I used this, I felt like driving a Jeep, no? Kasi naka-bend yung wheel na hanggang just to go straight. But with 2 calibrations, right off the bat, it's gonna be complete. And of course, don't forget that you're gonna need another software called FanaLab. So this is gonna be where you're gonna be setting your force feedback settings and vibrations, you know, for you to set your cool vibrations. That's where you do it, on the FanaLab. All right, and I gotta say that it's really nice, the setup using the Stregawa custom rig, as in it's mounted just here right in front of me, and the arm positioning is really resembling how it feels like in an actual race car. So shout out to Stregawa to actually for the measurements, no, since magka-height pala tayo, Sir D. So grabe, transitioning over measurements and even height differences when it comes to pedal play and even for wheel setups, it's gonna be easy. So that's one nice thing about it. And also, this comes with pedals, no, but I think only the wheel was bought. Nothing really that was it didn't come with pedals, because I believe Thrustmaster TLCM was the way to go for pretty much anything. One nice thing about load cell pedals is that you can actually feel the travel, especially for the brakes, no? Like unlike in my experience before in the G29, is that when you press on the brakes fully, it's immediately 100%, and there's nothing in between. That's the struggle we all had there. So to resemble something like ABS, like for example in dirt, I don't use any driving assists. ABS are turned off, stability management is turned off, but we have to manually modulate the brakes. But for a TLCM, you can actually just train your foot into how much force you want for your brakes. All right, and I would say that off the bat, brand new price of this Fanatec, converted from US dollars, it was around like 85K. But I don't know about now how much these things are, because I doubt that these wheels are still in production. But damn, the opportunity to use one is, man, I'm beyond grateful for the experience. All right, And basically, what I would see here is that there are some downsides now for this thing, right? I would say that this wheel takes time. This is actually a learning curve with this wheel right here, especially if you transition from a G29 or a T300, right? The weight of this wheel, guys, just the weight of this alone, you will have to get used to it. All right. So may nagko-comment dyan, no? So how much do you need gym time to do this? Well, maybe just for 4 arms you can actually do it, no? But other than that, managing force feedback and the fine tuning of turns, it's really it's really effective. And how some people describe Fanatec, it's not for everyone. But if you actually get the chance to try one, guys, I'm telling you, do it. It's one hell of a experience, actually. And one thing I like about this Fanatec Club Sport is that you see these fins on the sides. That's actually the cooling. So even on room temperature, whether you're an aircon or an electric fan, cooling won't be a problem. I've played Dirt Rally 2 and ACC for 4 hours with this thing over the last few days, and I didn't feel any feeling or sights of overheat. So I guess cooling is good. Not for this one. All right, and of course, how I would conclude this one, it's newbie friendly as well. So not much fancy stuff really just to get this running, other than the 2 softwares I mentioned earlier. And then just having those 2, you can easily get started. And the target consumer for buyers, guys, I gotta be honest when I give my statement for this one, is that the target market for this wheel particularly, especially a GT2 wheel just like this, I wouldn't recommend it for people who are just trying sim racing out. But I would definitely recommend this wheel to those guys who are serious and who are dedicated to level up their game, and to those who are actually competing in sim racing competitions, because this wheel ain't cheap, and this wheel is not what do you call this? There's another way to say not beginner friendly, no, but it's overwhelming if you're just gonna use this one time. Like for example, if you're just gonna use this for like Euro Truck Simulator, man, you might as well go lower if you're gonna go for that. But if you go for this, it only means one thing: you're really serious in sim racing, and you're gonna be beating every record that you want. So that's, for me, that's my impression. And for the pricing, well, I gotta say, if you're in Asia or anywhere outside the US, it's pretty pricey, as this unit is not available here in the Philippines or even our neighboring countries in Asia. It's actually not for sale there, or it's only in the States. So yeah, that's the downside of it. So I have some frequently asked questions as well here on my review. Is it worth the investment? Well, like I said earlier, if sim racing is really your game or your bread and butter, or just to make you feel like the race car is just at home, but with feeling like it's the real thing, I would say it is worth the investment. And if you manage to get one, if you actually find a deal for something like this, go for it. Especially if you guys are breaking every record, or you want to race, for example, if you want to join Phil Pacific and actually break some records, or even dice with the great Russell Reyes, perhaps you can stand a chance if you have one of these. All right, so that is the Fanatec Club Sport, right? CSW. And up next, we have another review. That is the Strigao custom rig. Oh yes, there we go. Shout out to Nico Salvador saying Apex Sim Racing PH for Fanatec stuff. They have a price list there. Oh, there you go. Thank you. And I'm actually excited, no. Shout out to Apex Sim Racing PH for actually bringing Fanatec products into the Philippines. And shout out to you guys, because it really fuels all the drivers who are very passionate, to actually make sim racing a big hobby for them, and to actually get started in the professional sim racing world. All right, so that's up. That's for Fanatec Club Sport. Now, up next is a Strigawa custom rig. So I'm going to be showing one here. All right, so here we go. So as you well notice, guys, ever since Phil Pacific, the race last Sunday, right? I don't know if you noticed that the chair behind me is different now, right? Grabe. I'm used to really having a car seat, even for use in office work or such. But yeah, shout out to you, Sir D Kubis, once again, for actually giving me the chance to actually try out this bucket seat, no? Kulang na lang may helmet or hands device talaga just to make this really feel legit, no? Pero grabe. Nakakaano talaga, nakakamiss umupo sa race car, except that, you know, ang pintuan ko dito is yung swivel dito. Yeah, one monitor mount, I kind of use it as a door. Kasi I'm sitting beside a sofa, so for me to sit here, I have to sit on the sofa first before I actually sit here. So yeah, that's one thing. And another thing here is that one thing I like about the Strigawa custom rig, guys, is the monitor mounts, as in they're closely attached to each other. So it can greatly simulate how a windshield would look like in a car, especially if you have an ultra-wide screen like directly in front of you. Right? It's gonna make you feel it makes you feel a bit natural, right? Even though you're just racing at the comfort of your own home, right? And a fourth monitor mount on top. So in case for streamers out there who stream their competition races, it's a way to go. And another thing is wheel height can be adjusted right here on the stems of the wheel, on the wheel mount rather. Sorry, my bad. And behind it, you have a way to mount the PC. As you can see, there's an X flooring here, where you can actually fit your PCs right behind it. So even before you take a seat on the rig, you can actually turn it on, or if you have a way to turn it on while you're sitting there, that's gonna go for it. All right. And one thing actually I would like to point out is the pedals, right? The pedals height can be adjusted and the incline, so it can actually give a more feel to it in a way. And we call this, to make it feel more natural, there's usually a what do you call this, I need to review specifically on that part where the wheel plate actually helps the TLCM point out really nice for you. All right. And then up next, it's not just shown in the picture here, there's actually a what do you call this, a shifter mount that's going to be located on the right side of the chair, so it's going to be near. And another treat for everyone is the swivel table, right? If I show how the rig looks like now at my house, it looks like this now, right? As you can see it, guys, if you can locate my keyboard and mouse, one highlight for me is actually this one, right? It's a swivel table where you can just bring closer to you if you're working or if you're streaming. And if you're going to be driving, you can just move this, you can just push this out of the way, right? And just mount the wheel, and immediately you can get started. Just like that, right? No obstructions here. Unlike in the old table, imagine that I have to reach, right? Just imagine that, right? Can you imagine just moving and like me moving the chair forward just for me to reach for the keyboard? Look like a dinosaur, right? But anyway, whatever. It just makes things a little bit easier, right? It makes things bearable, and you know, nakangawit kasi, you know, reaching out the keyboard during the old setup. But rest assured, right, on the new setup from the Strigawa custom rig, you bring the keyboard closer to you, right? And even if you play FPS games like Warzone or PUBG, right? Oh man, it's a treat. Napakalapit, you know, asintado mo ang mga targets mo because the keyboard and mouse is closer to you. And by far, that is my favorite feature, you know, sa Strigawa custom rig. And yeah, and also as you can see behind me, actually not behind me, no, but behind the rig, you can see the PC here that's color silver. Yeah, so basically one of the reasons why I didn't really use a PC mount, no, as in behind the ultra wide, is because this PC is actually long. If I can remember the brand of this, it's a Corsair or a Cooler Master brand, forgot. Shout out to Mjolnir Keyworks to lend me your PC. So this is what do you call this? Let me just review the specs for this thing. Because man, never have I ever used a powerful PC until you actually made me try yours. And while you're in the States, man, rest assured, I got you covered. I'll be taking this care. I'll be taking care of this PC with my life. And by the way, I would attribute all my streaming success to you. The quality of the streams right now and the games are all brought to you by this PC right here. All right. So basically, it's running at a what do you call this? It's running at an i7 8700K CPU, right? And an RTX 2080 Ti GPU, and 32 gigabytes of RAM. So immediately, just right there, man, Mjolnir Keyworks, rather, you're a mad scientist when it comes to building PCs. But I gotta say, having me use your PC for streaming and for all the events that I'll be doing in the future, man, shout out to you. All right. Thank you so much for what you do, and even for giving me the opportunity to actually explore your PC. And also, one thing I'd like to follow up is this PC is water cooled. So, not this is not really mainly a flex, right? But this is mainly an awareness as well. If only you know, to those who know me personally, I live in a condo, right? And you very well know how hot the weather is like right now, right? There's even an electric fan facing the PC just for cold air. But then I clean the screens and the fans because dust accumulate. But other than that, I can't imagine doing these much events with the cooling, with ordinary cooling before. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, so I actually can't wait to do a more comprehensive review for this. So this is mainly just a preview. Yeah, and also I'd like to give a shout out right now. So shout out to Aldo Ray Balagulan saying lakas talaga ng Strigawa custom rig, di lang pampamilya, pang esports pa. Tama, that's right. Grabe, kasi one thing nice about Strigawa is that they cater to whatever design you want, and especially to your setup, to your liking. Because basically, at the end of the day, if you enjoy your workspace, you can enjoy it in your gaming environment. So might as well fuse it into one, and that's Strigawa, right? Streaming, gaming, and working. So that's what it stands for. Am I right, Doc Moy? So, yeah. So, all right. Grabe. Okay. So I believe that's all for the review. And I have one request here. Could you try driving the wheel using a game? Okay, sure. Wait, let me just load up pedals. Let me see. Okay, just calibrate things here. Okay. All right, let's get it on. All right, it's time to calibrate. Push to start. Let's do it. Center. Yes. Okay, it's centered. All right, let's do this. Let's load a game. Okay, ACC, where are you? I won't play Dirt muna. I'll be playing a game where I enjoy the most with this wheel. All right, let's get started. Here we go. Right? Load it up. Come on. Load for me. There we go. All right. Okay. What was the track I was doing earlier? Let's go, Imola. Let's go. Just try it. Oh wait, there's one thing I forgot.
Stay double file.
Hey, let's go.
Low tire pressure. Stay clear of the curbs.
Right, let's try this out.
Green light, green light. Go, go, go. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ooh, man.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
My bad.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Sorry. Too intense there.
Car on the left.
Ooh, double shift.
Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Only with these load cell pedals I could do some late brakes, but with the G29 earlier, late brake is fatal.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Ooh, 69, nice.
Car on the right.
Oh, come
Clear on the
on.
right.
Ins-
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Ah, yes, true. How you make the accident. Well said, man.
Fastest lap of the race, man. Good job. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Too intense there. My bad.
Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left. We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Sir Ariel Torres, shout out po.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
out to you, Sir Mark Lester Rosales. Much break there, my bad.
Well done, mate. Go left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Okay, your leader is on the final lap now. Give it all you can. Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
My bad. Overcooked it.
The leader has finished the race. Right, race is over. Good job, mate. You did your best to bring it back to the pits.
I'll do one more. Bitin, bitin. I'll do one more. Alright. Then I'm gonna freeze. There we go. Whew, man. Froze there for a while, my bad. Hang on. Let me fix it. Right, are we back? Alright, we're back. Alright. Sorry for that, guys. Medyo nag-encoding overload lang tayo. Alright. Alright. Anong color ng springs ko? Yung white?
Hindi. Parehong black.
Silver in between. Yeah. What was I gonna do again? What was I gonna do again? Man, what track was I gonna do again? Ah! Yes! Angaro Ring. Yes, one of my new favorites now in ACC. Let's do it again. Let's do it.
Stay double file.
All right. Rain talaga gusto mo, Russ? You just wanna hear me scream, oh no, do you? For Rain, ano bang nagawa akong stage dito na Rain aside from Imola? Suzuka. Yeah, Suzuka. Yung ginawa ko before for Rain.
Green light. Give it a look at. Car on the right. Clear on the right. Car on the right.
Wait. Hang on. My screen froze.
Clear.
Wait, my screen froze. What the hell? Drops to 1 FPS at one moment. What the hell? Oh, my bad. What the hell am I doing? Pause na lang natin. Wait, what? Game froze. What? Game freeze? Damn. One FPS. Why? Uh, man. Seriously, my PC is hanging because of this thing. Fix this thing. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.